Good evening, I'm Brent Griffiths in the Daily Iowan newsroom with a summary of today's news. I'll tell you more about the new addition to what was formerly the Sycamore Mall, the decision that will change U.S. and Cuba relations, and give you an update on sports. All this and more, Daily Iowan TV starts now. Today was the grand opening of Lucky's Marketplace, a new grocery store, and the Iowa City Marketplace. Formerly known as the Sycamore Mall, Lucky's hopes to bring more business to the area. The company began in Boulder, Colorado, and has since expanded. It now operates in 10 states. A former Iowa State University scientist was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison for faking a breakthrough in HIV research. The scientist altered blood samples to make it look like he was close to creating a vaccine. He must also pay $7.2 million to the agency that funded his research. This weekend is more than just the 4th of July. It's also the 25th annual Jazz Fest. Running from July 2nd through the 4th, Iowa City will be home to an expanded schedule of performances. The festival began in 1991 and has grown to have an average audience of over 50,000 people. You can read more about the festival in tomorrow's 80 Hours section of the Daily Iowan. After over 50 years of tension between the U.S. and Cuba, the two countries announced today that they reopen embassies in each other's capitals this month. Even though this is a big step, there are still divisions between the two countries. The U.S. is concerned about Cuba's supposed human rights violations, and Cuba wants the U.S. to lift its trade embargo. And now for a quick look at this week's weather. After a week of rain, it looks like we'll have a few days to dry out. The rest of this week and coming weekend should be sunny. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a high of 75. It'll warm up a bit on Friday, and the clouds will leave the area. Saturday is the 4th of July and will also be sunny with a high of 82 and a low of 62, perfect for fireworks and holiday cookouts. Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 84 degrees. Monday brings rain again with a 50% chance of thunderstorms. That's all the weather I have for you tonight. Check back on Sunday for next week's forecast. Even as Iowa deals with localized flooding, other parts of the country are battling droughts and sometimes the fire that can follow. Another wildfire has begun in Washington state only a few days after houses were destroyed in central Washington. The new fire has burned more than 3 square miles and has caused dozens of residents to flee the area. Stocks rose today after reports that a possible deal between Greece and its creditors could be reached. Greece failed to repay a loan to the International Monetary Fund. Currently, investors are worried that if no agreement is reached, Greece will leave the European Union. First Lady Michelle Obama announced today a change to White House procedure. Tourists taking tours of the White House can now take photos and use social media. The photo ban was 40 years old. Chicago's Mayor Rahm Emanuel said today that the city is making $200 million in budget cuts in the nation's third largest school district. 1,400 positions will be eliminated, but most of those will be non-teaching positions. Emanuel blames state lawmakers for the issues. And in sports news, Game Time League is tonight, and tomorrow is Primetime League. Make sure you grab an edition of the Daily Iowan for all the details. Also, the U.S. women's soccer team won last night. They advanced to the World Cup finals on Sunday. You can see the results of the game and more in Monday's paper. Well, that's all I have for you today on Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to find the latest news online anytime at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night.